And welcome back into the Blue Door Pub Studios, baby. Sitting right here for another Bull with Andy Carlson. Minnesota's 87th Best Daily Podcast, talking everything and nothing 5 days a week. Happy Monday, happy morning after the Oscars. Sitting shotgun here with my buddy Uncle Nick. Follow him on Twitter at Nickason. Hola. Hey.
Hey, how's it going, Andy?
Good. How? Scale of 1 to 10. How are the Oscars?
You're putting me on the spot after watching it. I go 8, solid 8. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Pretty entertaining. Definitely to the very end.
Yeah. We'll talk about all that nonsense that went down in the Best Picture category. Tell a friend, spread the word. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, baby. Also, bullshow.co, and like us on Facebook. We need your thumbs. All right, so we got the Oscars music out of the way. And as much as I rail against the Oscars, and I do feel like Hollywood is in a bubble, they're out of touch with the rest of America. Their politics are pretty hoity-toity elitist, and the awards in general are pretty just masturbatory, like completely just like jerking off into a sock and then eating the sock. But as much as I bitch and complain about that, I love the Oscars.
It's entertaining. I like seeing a lot of actors and actresses that I know and recognize from other popular movies, and seeing them, especially seeing the clips of these movies that, and I know we talked about this on our older show, seeing these other movies that we don't normally watch. I'm moved by a lot of that. These are very touching films that we get to see glances of, and it's incredible. It's very neat.
And all right, so we're trying to figure out. We're trying to get a clip of what happened here, but essentially it came into Best Picture, and Faye Dunaway and Bulworth.
Warren Beatty.
The stars of Bonnie and Clyde. And if that movie sounds old, it's because they are old, because they're both like 80 years old apiece. And you could tell when they're up on stage, it was maybe it's a little old age, maybe it's a little medication going on. It wasn't exactly the tightest presentation, but give them credit, they were there at least. And they read the card, they announce the Best Picture nominees, and they open the card, and they look really confused at first. And Warren's looking at it, and then they go over to Faye Dunaway, and then she announces La La Land. And no one's shocked, because it's not like they picked Hell or High Water or one of the ones that had no shot. They picked the odds-on favorite. And La La Land, the crew gets up there. They accept the award. They're probably about 45 seconds into their complete blowhardy speech. Like everyone is up on stage. Emma Stone, who just won Best Actress, Ryan Gosling, like the entire cast is up there. And then I thought it was staged at first. Like they were giving the award over to Moonlight because they're talking about diversity and inclusion. Moonlight, obviously a movie about a homosexual black gangster, and it felt like it was like a feel good sort of PR-y sort of slap yourself on the back play. But apparently the legit, like the actual, like from the accounting firm, like winner card was Moonlight. So it was a legit screw up. Moonlight came up, they did their speech, they won Best Picture, and let's see, it's hard to trust YouTube videos like right after the fact, but we'll see what this one is. All right, so this looks like the speech. This might be too recent, so we might not have good video. But Nick, what was your reaction?
Obviously, in recent years, this isn't the first time that someone had to completely stop an award ceremony from happening and being, hey, we might have screwed up.
No, and it was awesome that Kimmel landed the Steve Harvey right hook in there. It was sweet. But did you think that it was staged?
I thought it was staged. Yes, I didn't recognize the guy who came out this guy who came out to kind of speak. I assumed it was one of the side producers of the who picks up the Best Picture, because I believe Best Picture is the producers are technically the winner. It doesn't go to the actors. It goes to the
Nathan
producers.
Lane wins?
Yes, it goes to the producers. So I thought it was a producer of the thing itself, but this was This was shocking.
But, you know.
Guys, I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake.
All right, here's a clip.
Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture.
And a lot of people could have seen it like Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway screwing up. Yeah.
Yep. And
Moonlight.
Warren
Best
Beatty
Picture.
tries to fix it. He tries to say something.
Is that the whole clip? Yeah, it looks like it. So it was an amazing bit of theater, and overall, I think it was good. I was very refreshed, which would say, because I was kind of dreading watching this because I thought, well, especially if Meryl Streep won Best Actress, that this would be a repeat of the Golden Globes, where it's just a complete flogging of the president. And not that I agree with the president one way or the other, and they definitely can use this platform to vent their concerns. This is a free country, and there is free speech, but it gets old, especially when it's one side, one point of view, just beating on it. But I think it didn't get too political. It did at times. You had the Mexican presenter talking about, I do not support the wall. As a Mexican, as an immigrant, I do not support the wall. Here's Best Animated Short. So that seemed a little shoehorned, but whatever. I think Kimmel did a good job sort of reining it in because he had to address it. But the way he did it, it wasn't overt. It wasn't ham-fisted. It was funny. There were a couple of jabs in there, and I think that really sort of diffused the room because it could have been a weird spot where Kimmel could have came out with a couple of haymakers and then that set the tone for the entire night, or completely not addressed it at all. And then you have this sort of awkwardness in the room of, all right, so who's going to talk about Trump first? And then that could just exploded towards the end. But overall, I think they the whole hashtag stick to sports thing, I think they stuck to movies, which is what I watch the Oscars for.
No, I completely agree. It did the right amount of jokes perfectly, and there had to be jabs. I was kind of shocked. I assumed there would be at least one actor who maybe would have tried to go pro-Trump or something.
Pro-Trump?
I mean, at least to try to drag away from it, I mean, as I said, it's... As I said, I don't support Trump, but I mean... And I love Trump jokes. I'm a big John Oliver fan, but you beat the horse to death with it. I mean, it gets pretty obnoxious and boring. I think they did just enough jokes to make the Academy flow smoothly, and nothing too harsh. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, so here's a couple excerpts from Kimmel's monologue.
And we've had problems. He's a selfish person. Those of you
He's
who
talking
work
about
with him know this.
Matt Damon, which is one of the best running tropes on TV.
I want to commend him for it. For real. Matt, as you probably know, could have starred in Manchester by the Sea. He was the producer. It's nominated for 6 Oscars, including lead actor. And he could have taken that lead actor part for himself, but he didn't. He gave that role to Casey Affleck, his childhood friend. He handed what turned out to be an Oscar-caliber role over to his friend and made a Chinese ponytail movie instead.
The Great Wall.
I want to see The Great Wall.
And that movie, The Great Wall, went on to lose $80 million.
It's like the Paul Mooney joke from Chappelle Show. The Last Samurai starring Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and the Mexican. Matt Damon in The Great Wall. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but I think Kimmel crushed it. His writing team, and I know Adam Carolla was helping him punch up some jokes as well. I think it was one of the funniest Oscars I've seen.
I agree with you. I liked it a lot. I thought it was
slightly edged out James Franco and Anne Hathaway. Sure.
I think everything was a little bit better than Anne Hathaway, James Franco. I thought I liked the little sketch they did with the bringing live tourists from the tour bus to come in there. I mean, is a stage or not? I'm sure we'll find out in upcoming weeks. How that all happened. It was something a little bit different, and it was entertaining. I thought the show did pretty well overall. Because you don't have to be, being a host. You're not asked to do too many
I
other
feel
things.
like you're ignoring the white celebrities.
This
Who's
is
your
a clip
favorite
from
actor?
Tour Bus.
That man right there.
She's pointing at Denzel.
Denzel? Denzel. Would you be the best man at their wedding?
I would be so
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Kiss the bride.
That's awesome. Yeah, Denzel, I think, might be one of my favorite actors. I really have to think about it, but he's definitely top 5. He's just, even in movies where it's kind of a throwaway movie, he brings great performances. Like, you ever seen the movie Two Guns with him and Mark Wahlberg?
I don't think I have.
It's the stupid, mindless action movie where it is what it is, but he gave a great performance. And I'm not going to lie, it's that Man on Fire. I think he was awesome in Flight. Even in, like, we talk about his highlight movies like Training Day and Glory and Remember the Titans, but even in some of his, I guess, lesser work, you would say, he brings it. He's a pro's pro.
He's definitely worth having multiple Best Actor nominees, winning. I believe he has at least 2 of them here. I'm trying to look up his awards total. I mean, he's definitely a man's man here. Best Supporting Actor, and he has a Best Actor award. Definitely multiple nominations. Yeah, definitely a key good actor.
And someone who got skunked is Mel Gibson. And I feel like, especially at the beginning of the show, the red carpet allows made up as like, oh, Mel Gibson is back. He's back in Hollywood. And he's director of Hacksaw Ridge. Oh, my God, he hates all the Jews, but he's here. I think they did frame it as a comeback story for Mel Gibson. Didn't quite work out, but it was still funny to see, especially early on. Like, a lot of the jokes were at Mel Gibson's expense. So he just sat there, just taking it.
And if he wants to be back in Hollywood's good graces, he has to take it, And I'll always be a big Mel Gibson fan. I love the Lethal Weapon movies. He had a great past, and he has directed a number of great movies. And obviously,
2.
I mean, what do you mean 2? No, he's
Passion of the Christ and Hacksaw Ridge.
I know he's done more than that.
Has he?
I think he does.
Or only 2 good ones.
Maybe only no. There has to be at least one more one. I will look it up when talking.
Yeah, the Passion of the Christ and Hacksaw Ridge is basically the same movie. It's like, hey, let's just beat the shit out of some people for an hour and a half. All right, on two, set hut.
He did direct Braveheart. It looks like.
Except, was that an actual direction or was that just an in-name direction? Did he win anything for Braveheart?
Academy Award for Best Director? Oh, yeah. Maybe he did win that. Maybe he already has a director's
Does he?
award.
Oh, so he won one, then did the Jew thing, and then now he's coming back.
Yeah, that must be it. Oh, I will look into it a little bit more here. Yeah. That's insane.
Someone who doesn't have to make a comeback is Meryl Streep. The Streep worship, it's almost that like meme worthiness, or it's almost like a trope. Like, do you think people actually worship the ground she walks on in the way that they present it, or is it a little tongue in cheek?
I think it's a little more tongue in cheek. I'm not saying that she isn't fantastic. I mean, she's been in a number of great movies, and she does perform very well. But I mean.
Yeah. There's a fine line between people who are who do very well at the craft, and then it's sort of like a cult, like building up around it. Like Beyonce is a good example of this too. Like Beyonce is a hell of a singer, hell of a performer, but the Bayhive, nah. What would Streep's cult be named?
Wait, what was that?
The Bayhive for Beyonce. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually.
So Meryl Streep and Meryl Jerome Streep. The Street Peeps.
Street Peeps. I like that one.
Yeah, we might go with that. I'm not gonna lie, especially when it was getting late and the show was running overtime, which it always does. I was really happy that Emma Stone won Best Actress and Meryl Streep didn't win for a movie that no one saw, because that could have been the turning point. That could have been like, I'm honored that the Academy gave me this award again, and now let's talk about executive orders. First one. Number 13 is blah, blah, blah.
She probably had a list, something like tucked in her place or something.
I thought it was funny too. I do think Kimmel was at the same time honoring her, but poking fun a little bit of using the Trump's words about her as like overrated and blah blah blah.
That's just so funny. I don't know. No, I don't know. I think it was all fine.
All right, let's talk about winners and losers. So the loser, first and foremost, is La La Land, even though they did pretty well. How many Oscars did they end up winning?
They end up winning 6 total.
6 out of 14?
6 out of 14.
6 out of 14.
I had 7 out of 14 until that very crazy upset at the end. I'm looking at. I was hoping we could talk about losers quick.
Yeah.
Some movies I'm heartbreaking for is the movie Lion. I believe they were up for 6 awards.
Oh, they get skunked?
They didn't get one.
Oh no.
They did not get one.
Oh.
Yeah, like Arrival that had 8 nominations. I mean, it got 1 for, I believe, sound editing, but nothing for Lion. And I believe Hidden Figures that had 3 nominations also did not get anything. Or I think Hell or High Water. I'm going over the tally right now. Hell or High Water had 4 nominations, and I think that also got.
That wasn't too big a surprise. I'm surprised that Hidden Figures got skunked.
For me, I thought they would get screenplay or supporting actress.
Yeah, because Octavia Spencer was up for that and supporting actress, except she lost to Viola Davis. Those two are good friends. I'm sure she doesn't mind taking a step back. Plus, Octavia, I believe, won for The Help a couple years ago, which Viola was also up for best actress. She didn't win that year. Viola Davis now has the EGOT.
The EGOT?
Yeah. The Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Does she have a Tony too?
I guess so.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. You also who also has an EGOT? Whoopi Goldberg.
Lin-Manuel could have gotten it if his original song won, but
I think people are over him.
I think he's just starting, man. That musical he's in, the Hamilton, is still pretty big.
Except only 4 people have seen it.
The rich people.
Everyone who says that they love it have not seen it, which is always a weird thing to me because I'm very big into not buying into the hype and forming your own opinion. And all these people love Hamilton the musical, but they've never seen it. They've read reviews. It's basically like you and Nikipedia. It's like, Nick, was this movie good? I don't know, but I think it is because I read so on Wikipedia. That's basically everyone hyping up around Hamilton.
That is true.
'Cause it's not like a bootleg copy of Hamilton's on YouTube.
Yet. Until I go see it.
And so I don't know. That's kind of weird about me. I understand maybe you're buying into the social importance of it, and social importance, sure, we can put that out there. Or maybe it's just you want to be in the in crowd, and the in crowd deems that Hamilton is the hottest new thing.
I think it's that second one. I think John Oliver said it's amazing. So obviously, being a big John Oliver fan,
let's ask Mike Pence. He obviously knows.
He actually really likes it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like the whole rapping of historical figures thing. I think that might be a fad. I mean, we remember rap metal. Remember Limp Bizkit and Korn? That used to be a thing.
That's still a thing. They play at many county fairs nowadays.
Like Smash Mouth?
Exactly like Smash Mouth.
All right, who else lost?
Let's see, I went through, Lion, hit the House, the Hell or High Water. I think those were the big ones.
Sorry, going back to Hidden Figures. I feel like when they rolled out the elderly lady who was actually one of the basis of one of the characters from Hidden Figures out into the stage, standing ovation. She was old. She could only say hello or thank you or something like that. Mm-hmm. Award shows always straddle this fine line between honoring and just complete pandering. And this one flirted more with the latter because I get it. Very important movie, and I have not seen this movie. I plan to. It's supposed to be pretty good. But moments like this and just rolling out the lady who obviously did huge important things for NASA back in the day, that's borderline pandering.
It was a little much, I think, to bring her on stage at her age.
I'm surprised they didn't have her stick around and read the winner for Best Picture.
I think it would have been perfect if she was in the audience, like in one of the balcony seats. I think that would have been better.
Yeah.
It's obviously smart that they did it in the beginning of the award show, because I'm assuming they would just have to take her home and, wherever to place her residences and put her to bed, because it is definitely late right now.
All right, Nick. So we covered Best Picture. Let's run through the top 5, the big 5 categories.
Oh yeah, sure.
The nominees and who won.
Okay, let's go to director. I think that'd be a nice starting point. Directors, the nominations were Arrival, Denise Villeneuve.
Speaking of Arrival, if aliens showed up and if they were sexy enough, Adrian Peterson would be having sex with like all of them. Like he would have a lot of Arrival on their chest.
Say Adrian Peterson?
Yeah.
No. Oh, maybe.
All
right. Hacksaw Ridge, Mel Gibson. La La Land's Damien Chazelle. Manchester by the Sea's Kenneth Lonergan. And
I could have directed Manchester by the Sea. Be sad. Do some sad things. Be sad. Wait, no. Be wicked sad. And action.
And shots of the harbor. Done. And then Moonlight, Barry Jenkins. And the winner was La La Land's Damien Chazelle.
So Damien Chazelle, you fill me in behind Whiplash, which is a fantastic movie, and he's only 32.
Yeah, I believe they did announce that he is the youngest person to win the award for best director. 32. I mean, directing a movie at the obviously Whiplash was a few years before that too. So, young guy. He must have. I don't know too much of his bio, but he must have been in the industry for quite a while to be able to take in such roles. I mean, many directors, young up-and-coming directors, have to make a lot of, I don't want to use the word crap movies, but a lot of less than stellar Oscar films to eventually even be considered to make a film that could be Oscar-worthy.
Oh, is this like when M. Night Shyamalan wrote Stuart Little?
Stuff like that, yeah. I mean, usually you have to, you have to get your feet dirty and do a lot of not good directing roles before actually getting into it. Let's see, I'm looking here at his career here. He has screenplay credit for was it The Last Exorcism Part 2 and stuff. But then I guess Whiplash kind of came right after. So pretty interesting to fall right away as one of your first actual roles, or your first actual movie things is going to be your Oscar thing already. Usually it takes many years to get into that.
Do you think you're setting your standard a little too high?
I think so. I think so. I mean, do you think he's going to want to, would you want to continue doing roles, film roles like this to have Academy Award films? I like to think that as a kid I always wanted to kind of, I loved movies and television. I've talked about it all the time, and I never grew up thinking, oh, I want to be in a movie or television show that that had this kind of prestige, kind of like to win Academy Awards. I want to do fun stuff. I want to be entertaining. And we talked about how a lot of these Best Picture nomination stuff is pretty depressing subjects. So who really goes into a career thinking, oh, I want to win awards? I want to direct big budget, $300 million action films,
Yeah. Like, would you rather do some sort of Oscar bait where you have to check the boxes of minority, homosexual, marginalized, historical period piece, or do you want to do like Crank, High Voltage?
I would do Crank. I would.
I'm not. Yeah. See, this is what gets me. Like the movies, the films, the cinema that win Academy Awards are in my mind, yes, they can be important films, but you're not going to be rewatching a number of these winners multiple times. Like maybe The Departed. Like occasionally, you'll get a movie like that come through and win Best Picture, or the Lord of the Rings movies, or blah blah blah. But most of the time, I categorize Academy Award winning movies as one and dones, like movies that you watch once and then you'll never look at again.
I completely agree with you on that one.
Whereas rewatchable movies like Con Air. I'm guessing Con Air didn't get nominated the year it came out. Maybe best sound mixing.
It was probably like you know what? Actually, I could tell you. I think Con Air won. Was nominated for best song. I will pull it up.
Leanne Rimes?
No, Trisha Yearwood's "How Will I Live." I
Get
believe.
through and without you.
I'll pull it up here. The last thing I want to say about directors is that a lot of these directors, not that I'm an expert in movie making, but I believe the producers are the ones who choose the directors. So I mean, this all kind of falls into directors' laps. The films that they direct.
Foxtrot Charlie, we are ready to disembark. Waiting your go on several.
Oh yeah, you thought we were gonna get through an entire Oscars show without Con Air clips? Come on.
That's William Bedford, a.k.a. Billy Bedlam.
The mass murderer?
The same. He caught his wife in bed with another man, left her alone, drove 4 towns over to his wife's family's house, killed her parents, her brothers, her sisters, even her dog.
Got him.
And who is that good-looking brother on screen?
Nathan Jones, a.k.a. Diamond Dog, former general of the Black Guerrillas. He blew up a meeting of the National Rifle Association.
Maybe that should be like our Conan Walker Texas Ranger lever. Just pull up random clips of Con Air.
That would be awesome.
I would be down with that.
Cyrus the Virus.
Yeah.
Oh, back to How Do I Live. It was nominated for Best Original Song and sound mixing at the Academy Awards, losing to Titanic.
Son of a bitch.
So Con Air was in the same year as Titanic. Sadly, though, and unusual was for the Razzie Awards, How Do I Live was also nominated for Best Song in that as well, but it didn't win, though.
Oh.
So kind of funny the choices of that for.
All right, so let's go in order for the 4 main actor and actresses. So Best Supporting Actor, first one of the night.
All right, Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea.
No, Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, supporting. I'm sorry about that. Best Supporting Actor, Mahershala Ali for Moonlight, Jeff Bridges, Hell or High Water, Lucas Hedges for Manchester by the Sea, Dev Patel for Lion, and Michael Shannon for Nocturnal Animals.
Now, Michael Shannon, very underrated actor, except for Superman, except for the Superman movie or Man of Steel. That one sucked. But his work, he was in the movie where he played Elvis and Kevin Spacey played Richard Nixon. Very underrated. Good performance. Boardwalk Empire, he was great in that. I think he'll be back. I really like Michael Shannon.
Yep, but the winner was Mahershala Ali for Moonlight. And I know very little about him. I think he's been in a couple other award-winning films here. I'm going to take a look in a second. I do have to say for supporting actors, I mean, these are, not including Jeff Bridges, who had a long life. I mean, Lucas Hedges and Dev Patel for Lion and Manchester by the Sea, we voiced those movies. Young actors who, you got to keep an eye on for the next few years. I think they can, they have some street cred now. They can definitely be seen in bigger roles now, I think.
I only saw half of Moonlight. Mahershala, I know that Kimmel turned his name to the thing. I'll just call him Remy. He's Remy from House of Cards. He's a good actor. I like him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Also, he's in the stupid Mockingjay Part 6.
Oh, the Hunger Games?
Yeah. He dies pretty quickly.
Oh, thanks for spoiling it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pretty big career then.
All right.
So far.
All right. Best Supporting Actress.
All right, Best Supporting Actress nominees are Viola Davis for Fences, Naomi Harris for Moonlight, Nicole Kidman for Lion, Octavia Spencer for Hidden Figures, and Michelle Williams for Manchester by the Sea.
I feel like Michelle Williams just cries in all of her movies. I feel like that's her go-to thing.
I think that was her thing on the TV show Dawson's Creek.
She cried in Dawson's Creek. She cried in Brokeback Mountain. She cried in this movie. She cries in everything.
The winner in supporting actress was Viola Davis for Fences, and this is kind of hard for this category because these 5 actresses are definitely no stranger to movies whatsoever, and this was actually a really hard toss-up for me on who would win.
Naomi Harris is a very fine-looking person.
I'm Googling her now.
Naomi Harris, 20 Days Later. She's Moneypenny in the latest Bond run.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yes, definitely very popular. Oh, she was in The Jungle Book, too. But Viola Davis had a wonderful speech. I believe that was... I think that was the one where Kimmel was joking that her speech will probably win Best Emmy. Yeah, and definitely she is no stranger to the Academies. Definitely was up for the movie The Help back in 2011.
Yep. Oh yeah, Naomi Harris is also in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which one was she?
She was the chick who Jack was going to steal her boat at first.
Oh.
Anna Maria. That she slaps him. Yeah. All right, best actor.
Actor, we have Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea, Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic,
Viggo,
and Denzel Washington for Fences.
I thought this was going to be a layup for Denzel.
Yeah, I mean, his name has, I think, most street cred for winning awards. I don't know, I think a lot of people went with La La Land. Ryan Gosling might get his first one, but Casey Affleck took it. So, him and his brother both have Oscars now.
Which is really odd for Todd Affleck.
No one cares about Todd.
Todd is a very successful orthodontist in the greater Worcester, Massachusetts area, except no one gives 2 shits about him. He's a good, God-fearing family man, father of 3 kids, and they all have great teeth.
I think this was the only award that Manchester picked up. Original screenplay as well. Was able to get that. Definitely a heartbreaking story. If any of you guys ever saw the trailers for it, it's... Yeah, no, I guess sadness wins in the Oscars sometimes.
Well, yeah, sadness or race baiting. That's what always wins.
I don't think there was any race baiting in Manchester by the Sea. I'm pretty confident they were all white people.
No, we'll watch it. Get Out will win Best Picture in 2017. Next Oscars, just watch.
I've heard good things about that, but... okay.
Oh, also I want to point out Jackie Chan won an Oscar. You damn right.
Yes, he won, I believe, honorary awards. Part of their, I think it's part of the Governor Awards, I believe.
The awards that don't make it on TV, and then they pay Nicole Kidman to go present. hey, Dingo, we'll give you a lot of Vegemite to go present the Governor's Ball Awards. Take your country singer husband too.
These are very recent now. They haven't.
Nicole Kidman. It's very weird when your Australian husband sings in American accent.
Do you know when the first Governor's Awards occurred?
2006.
2009.
Nice.
So they only gone on for about 8. This was the 8th year, and Jackie Chan is the most popular one, and then there's 3 other side creators, which, I definitely give respect to people who work in the industry, but I think people know very little of
like the Nerd Technology one where John Cho and Leslie Mann presented that.
The Science Tech Awards. Yes.
Hey, Harold, why don't you present this with the guy's wife, the director?
Judd Apatow's wife?
Yeah, Judd Apatow's wife. Hey, Harold. Harold and Judd Apatow's wife present the Science Awards.
Oh yeah, that's so. Yeah, the Governor's Awards occurred back in November of last year.
Oh,
so they've had awards for 3 months now.
Just burning a hole in your pocket. Also, Best Actress, Emma Stone, half Asian according to the movie Aloha. We shall overcome. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised she would win. Very young actress. There was a lot of buzz hype, obviously, for Meryl Streep, Isabel Huppert, Ruth Negga, and Natalie Portman, who Natalie was not present due to, I think she's like 9 months pregnant right now.
I think Ruth needs to take a stage name.
Why? What's wrong with? Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
I don't know. What were your thoughts on Emma Stone winning? A big fan.
I don't really have a horse in this because the only movie I saw of the 5 is La La Land, and Emma Stone, she was fine. Here's my issue with La La Land is that it was a critical darling because it's a movie about Hollywood and chasing the dream and da-da. It's something that's right the Academy's alleys. And musicals are making a comeback. I like musicals. Robin Hood Men in Tights is one of my favorite movies. That counts. And the thing that bugged me about this is that you have 2 great actors and actresses in Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. They're great talents. They're not singers. They're not dancers. But you sort of shoehorn them into these roles, and they're not great, and it was a little distracting. But I think she gave a great performance. Was it worthy of Best Actress? It doesn't really matter. She won. And it was cool. You could tell that in her speech, it was genuine happiness. You could tell that she was very surprised to win, beating out like Natalie Portman and Meryl Streep. And it was, impressive win either way. It was way better than the douchebag for Zootopia, or no, was it Moawa or something? One of the ones where it was like, this never gets old, where he's won like multiple Oscars, like, come up here. No, I always like like the true, honest reactions to winning an Oscar. Like, I'm going to pull up Cuba Gooding Jr., because Cuba Gooding Jr. is never going to get nominated for another Oscar ever, that he won for Jerry Maguire. And yeah, just sheer exuberance is what I want in an Oscar speech. It's not, we got this again. Yeah, the hell out of here.
Oscar goes to...
All right, so he was up against Edward Norton, probably American History X, James Woods, I don't know, William H. Macy, and
Fargo, maybe?
Oh, yeah, Fargo. And Armin Mueller-Stahl, so Best Supporting Actor.
James Woods, yes.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jerry Maguire.
How are you supposed to bring Edward
How good Tom Cruise? Oh, Tom Cruise is still with Nicole Kidman back then. Playing the instrumental of Bruce's Secret Garden.
I know I have a little bit of time, so I'm going to rush and say everybody, and you can cut away. I won't be mad at you. Tom said, don't forget to thank your wife. I will never forget to thank my high school sweetheart and the mother of my children, Spencer and Mason. I love you, Sarah. And my parents who are here, Shirley and Cuba the First. And
Cuba Senior.
And God, I love you. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father
There was
God,
no
for
thank
putting
you, God,
me
in
through what you put me
this
through,
season.
but I'm here and I'm happy.
Oscars, I don't think.
I just want to, here we go. Okay, the studio, I love you, and Cameron Crowe, and Tom Cruise, I love you, brother. I love you, man.
I don't think they talk anymore.
Settles, Keith Butler, all my behind-the-scenes crew, Regina King, I love you. You did a great job when we made the movie. Everybody involved with the movie, I love you. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so pure exuberance, pure just joy of winning. Or Sally Field back in the day, you like me, you really like me. Like, that whole crap. But, I don't know. Like, they start playing them off rather quickly. Maybe that was when the Oscars were ending on time.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is they were not going to be playing off Viola Davis. Like, Viola Davis probably went on for a good minute 30. Like, the orchestra's not going to have the balls to be like, hey, Viola, Come on, wrap it up, B.
No, not at all. I mean, they rush the like people for like costume design or cinematography, the documentary feature, live action film. They got those guys out there pretty quickly. But no, these are the main ones, and I always forget that the Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress, they get those out of the way like right away, and then you get stuck with the lesser known award show, the awards that they give out, and then you go back to like, oh yeah, screenplays and actors and actresses directing a picture.
Just some random notes. So the Iranian won for Best Foreign Film, and I feel like that was the most set up, the most rigged one, because that was the film where the filmmaker was from Iran, was held out because of the travel ban, and so he sent a proxy in his stead and read a note. It was like, I could not attend because of the travel ban, and that got a huge standing ovation. I feel like that one was rigged, like from the beginning. I feel like the Academy rigs a bunch of these smaller ones just to prove a point. I really do.
The smaller ones, yeah. No, I think that one definitely, not knowing anything about the foreign language films, I feel like that one was definitely like the give to like Iran, so...
And I ran so far away. You know that his Oscar was made of pure yellow cake. Like he's gonna be enriching that shit.
I think I saw you tweet that one.
Also, OJ Made in America won for Best Documentary. It's the second best 8-hour snuff film ever. It is an 8-hour documentary. I'm maybe about halfway through.
Oh my gosh, it was interesting when the woman accepted. The movie was made for the victims of OJ's supposed killer, because obviously he was found not guilty, and I believe that. But
no, the guy, he was accepting. Two people I really need to thank. I was like, oh, please have one be OJ. Without OJ, you ain't got a movie, man. You ain't got an Oscar without OJ.
We also don't have two people.
Also, OJ is in prison not for murder, but for memorabilia theft, like armed robbery. So when he gets out, which could be within a year, he's going to come steal the shit out of that Oscar. The juice is going to be loose with an Oscar.
I don't think he's well enough to get out of there.
What, from all the butt sex?
From, I think, just general health in general.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm in prison, you go one of two ways. Either you get fat as shit from like the really poor, crappy, high sugar prison food, and also like the underground trade. You get McDonald's in. I've seen The Longest Yard. Or you just get rip shit, just like working out in the yard all the time, just like throwing around all that pig iron.
I have no comment on prison.
Nick, I think you should go to prison.
I don't know. I do not think I would last well.
Nick, you get some structure. You get some structure. You get in a daily routine. You get good sleep, and you get an hour of exercise time a day, and then 23 hours in solitary. Because I don't think they would put you in Gen Pop, because you, my friend, would be the belle of the ball.
The fatty's going down.
No. It's like, no. Have you ever seen Shawshank, the whole thing?
Yeah.
All right, so when the Andy Dufresne's bus gets in, or crew comes in, there's this like Flounder guy. Actually, I think it might have been Flounder from Animal House. It might have been. So yeah, he's the guy who gets beaten to death on the first day.
That would be me.
Yeah, Nick. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I don't consider myself that much of a wuss. I wouldn't be beaten by the guards. I'm pretty confident the prisoners would kick my ass pretty hard.
I think I could do okay in prison. Like, even though there's not in prison, you basically have to divide off into racial groups, which is kind of like society. But yeah, there's probably not a very strong Asian presence in the prison system, because we're all too busy studying to commit crimes. But
whoa. I would say differ, but
it'd be very binary. Like, either I would die right away because they don't like my smart mouth, or I would be able to sort of dance between the raindrops. Like, I can get things done. Maybe they want to start a podcast.
I think you would be in that latter part.
The PP, the prison podcast. I got these cheeseburgers, man. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes.
Man, I got these cheeseburgers, man.
It's not from the long star, but you know what I mean. And see, Hailee Steinfeld. Holy shit.
Yeah, she's very pretty. She was it. What I forgot what she was presenting here. I'll pull it up.
It doesn't matter. No, she was doing best foreign film and one of the other ones. The ones where you do twofers.
No, she did the animated short film and animated feature.
Maybe that was it. But the I feel like every year there's one dress that is just worn to create discussion. You know, a couple years ago it was Jennifer Lawrence in that red dress. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hailee Steinfeld was at this year. Like she's kind of a dork in all of her movies, like Edge of 17, Pitch Perfect 2. Hell, even in True Grit, it's like, oh yeah, you're a little dork who got her arm shot off. Wait, no, it was she got a rattlesnake bite, and then she lost her arm. Yeah, dork, complete dork stuff. But now, I think she's moving into like sort of territory.
Well, what's that mean?
Don't worry about it.
I'm looking up her dress again right now. Very pretty. One of these are websites.
Oh, dress. I thought you said address. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I am looking up her address too. Yeah, she looks really nice. Me and your wife, Crystal, was watching with us, and I think we complained most about Janelle Monáe's dress. She had this weird black dress and like a really crazy black necklace that was like jagged all up. The one from Hidden Figures. It was really unusual.
All right.
That's all I want to say about dresses.
Last thing I want to talk about is the gift bags. Now, the Oscars and all these award shows are pretty famous for the gaudy, expensive gift bags they handed out. Now, this year, estimates between $100 and $150,000 for the gift bags, and they're delivered to the host, Jimmy Kimmel, and the nominees in the major categories: Best Actor, Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Actress, and Best Director. And I'm sure Best Film is tossed in there. But all right, so here's the top 10 goodies in this. This is from Fox News, so of course it's going to be a little bit. So the top 5 are all trips. Number 1 is the Lost Coast Ranch, Northern California, and blah blah blah. Most expensive item in the gift bag at a value of $40,000.
Oof.
Yeah, so you get extended stay there, 18 bedrooms, and up to. Oh wait, now hold on. You get 18 bedrooms, but you only get 10 guests. Seems like a waste.
It seems rigged.
Yeah. Next up is Koala Landing Resort at Poipu. You know that if you can't pronounce it, it's probably a good place. Or it's in eastern Russia. One of the two.
I'm thinking that's an island out in the Pacific.
Yeah, 5 days, 6 nights, and I'm guessing this is Hawaii, $1,300 a night. Number 3, the Golden Door, Travel and Leisure. Classic. Stay here for the Classic Women's Week. Costs $8,000. Includes food, accommodations. So this is probably just a rehab in disguise. Number 4, Grand Hotel Excelsior Vittoria, which is atop a cliff in Sorrento, off the coast of Gulf of Naples and Mount Vesuvius. So this is in Italy.
Wait, you're listing all? These are all locations. It doesn't even sound like a gift. There's no physical objects.
You get all gift certificates. Well, there's also random stuff like protein bars and makeup and like chapstick, like literally chapstick. Okay. A suite at the Grand Hotel Excelsior Vittoria costs $1,880 a night. Number 5, rounding out the trips, Grand Hotel Tremezo, located in the heart of Lake Como, which is amazing. Not Como Avenue.
Paul.
Yeah, like the good Como. One night at the Grand Hotel Tremezo, $1,885. Per night. You get a personalized bottle of wine from the Loving Psalm, Sommelier Leilania Fulton. Sure. You get a $1,100 brooch from Namira Monaco. You get a Hayes Dual V3 vaporizer.
Oh, I totally thought that said vibrator. I'm like, whoa.
You get a Dandy Patch, which are underarm patches that prevent leaving sweat marks.
Ooh, clever.
Yeah, $10. There you go. And 10 Sweet Cheeks cellulite massage mats. The mats sell for $99, so that's not cheap either.
We're trying to say, Andy.
Yeah. All right, so the top 5 are like thousands of dollars worth of like trips, and
everything else is from Walgreens.
That's pretty much it. But yeah, they deserve it because they work hard and they're below the poverty line. Oh wait, no wait. See, a good statement that one of these people should make, be like, oh, I'm eschewing the value of the gift basket and donating that value to the ACLU or charity or blah, blah, blah.
That's why everyone was wearing blue, by the way.
Yeah, but none of them do it. None of them do it. Because you know that even like Meryl Streep's like, screw that, I'm going to Italy. I'm hitting up both those Italian hotels, making a trip out of it. Deuces. Streep out. Dropping the mic. All right, so Nick, any last thoughts to bring us on home?
Yeah, I just two quick ones I wanted to say during the show. The memoriam was done, I thought, very lovely. I believe Jennifer Aniston was the one who introduced the tribute, and
Jennifer Aniston, huge cinephile.
And I'm sure there'll be more things online of who was left out. The big thing I want to mention that was added in, and I was kind of betting that he wouldn't be added in, was the recent passing of Bill Paxton on Sunday, the day of the Oscars.
Was he in the rundown?
I don't know if he
or
was.
Was it just Jennifer Aniston mentioning him?
I think Jennifer Aniston just mentioned him. I'm assuming if the Oscars do it correctly, well, not saying it's incorrect to do it, but they would save his name for sure for the memoriam for next year.
Because the awards go for calendar year, so last year 2016.
Usually, yep.
It makes sense that the in memoriam was, and you get this every year, where a celebrity or someone dies in January before the awards at the end of February, and they're like, the Oscars forgot X person XYZ. How dare they? That's so disrespectful. That's not how it works.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing I noticed with the show, which I thought was kind of interesting, and I don't consider myself an expert with the Academy Awards at all, but I do remember the last few years when you do the Academy Awards, you usually take extra time to kind of go over the Best Picture nominations. Yes, and even all 9, all 10, however many that are nominated, they usually would have presenters come in and kind of talk a little bit to do that quick little 30-second, 1 minute kind of like
I
montage.
like that they didn't do that.
They did not do it this year. I'm assuming maybe for time. I don't think they forgot, or maybe people were just sick of kind of getting that little cheat thing in the beginning. So something interesting that I kind of just noticed. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I kind of was shocked that I couldn't see it, especially since this is the one year where I really didn't watch any of the Best Picture nominations. But after this award show, I kind of want to go through and take a look at all of them. The Academy Awards, very interesting, very interesting ending. I'm hoping during the week we'll get a little bit more information. Wikipedia is kind of updating us here, saying that Warren Beatty explained that he was given the Best Actress envelope instead of the actual
that would make sense.
The correct one. We'll see down the road if that story changes at all. But hey,
well, it seems credible because I don't think an 8-year-old dude could make that up on the spot.
Yeah, I was kind of a part of me was thinking, I wonder if Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway would just want to be dicks and be like, yeah, let's just say La La Land won it.
Bullworth.
I don't think that many people seen that movie.
I have. It was a great movie. We'll have to rewatch it.
Okay.
That's good. Also good. Wrapping up the show. We'll be at the Blue Door Pub Studios for tomorrow's episode of Manny Hill, 1500 ESPN. Talking some bikes, talking a little Wolves. That's right up Manny's alley. We'll talk movies. We'll talk music. Talk everything with Manny. Be good times. Nick, so Oscars. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Definitely thumbs up. And not seeing these movies, I had a good time. Definitely entertaining. Definitely gives me stuff to look forward to renting once a bunch of these movies, once they come out on video or online. I'll definitely want to take a look at all these movies.
I like it. I also like that La La Land blew a 3-1 lead. Get the show on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and also bullshow.co, and like us on Facebook. If you enjoy it, spread the word. Tell a friend. Let's add to the Jerome army that also doesn't understand Hamilton because we haven't seen it, so we can't form an opinion on it. And thanks, producer Allie, for making Not Sound So Stupid tonight. But for Nick, I'm Andy Carlson saying annyeong, sayonara, and bye-bye. Make sure to get your pet spayed. Nah, just kidding. Don't do that. Who cares?